Let me ask you something. Have you ever wanted to improve yourself, but felt stuck because you didn't know where to begin? Many people believe that transformation needs a big plan, a new lifestyle, or a dramatic restart. But the truth is much simpler and, honestly, much kinder for your mind. The philosophy of improving yourself 1% every day teaches us that real change comes from small steps, not giant jumps. By the end of this episode, you will understand how powerful small daily actions can be and why focusing on progress instead of perfection makes your life easier, calmer, and more successful. When you listen all the way to the end, you will not only learn English, you will also learn how to grow as a person, how to build better habits, and how to believe in your quiet effort. Every day becomes a chance to move forward. Even on days when you feel tired or slow, improvement is still possible. 1% might feel small, but 1% every day becomes a completely different life. Today, we will explore how this idea works, why it is so effective, and how you can start using it right now. And if this lesson gave you something useful, I'd love it if you tapped like and subscribe to the channel. It helps you stay connected, and it also helps this little learning community grow. Every click really does make a difference. With love, let's dive in. Why do small improvements matter more than big plans? Because small improvements are easier to start, easier to repeat, and easier to continue. When a goal feels too big, many people wait for motivation, confidence, or the perfect moment. They plan, they think, they dream. But they don't take action. Small actions change everything because they remove fear. For example, learning English does not require 8 hours a day. It can start with 10 minutes of listening, reading one page, or writing 3 simple sentences. When something feels small, your brain says, "I can do this today." That is the secret. Big plans look exciting, but they are heavy. Small actions look simple, and that is exactly why they work. Improvement becomes a habit instead of a stressful challenge. When you train your brain to show up every day, even for a little while, success becomes automatic. You don't ask, "Do I feel ready?" You simply take the next step. 1% improvement means a little better listening, a little better vocabulary, a little healthier routine, a little more confidence. And slowly, quietly, these small steps begin to create real change. Why does 1% feel too small for most people? Because we live in a world that celebrates fast results. We want quick progress, instant success, and immediate proof. If the change is not dramatic, many people think it is not working. But the truth is the opposite. Fast results are often temporary. Quiet growth is permanent. 1% every day is not exciting in the beginning, but after a few weeks, your mindset changes. You become a person who shows up. You become a person who keeps promises to yourself. You become someone who grows from the inside, even when nobody sees it. The challenge is patience. Small improvements do not give quick happiness. They give long-term strength. Think about a plant. You cannot see the roots growing under the soil, but they are growing every day. Without strong roots, the plant would fall with the first wind. Human growth is the same. When you improve a little every day, you are growing deep roots. Discipline, confidence, belief, understanding, and self-respect. People around you may not notice at first, but one day the difference becomes impossible to ignore. Small changes build a strong and quiet foundation for a better life. How does 1% improvement build confidence? Every time you take a small positive action, you prove something to yourself. You prove that you are capable. You prove that you can commit. You prove that your goals matter. Confidence is not a feeling you wait for. Confidence is something you build through action. Even if the action is small, your mind learns that you can trust yourself. And trust is the real source of confidence. Imagine someone who wants to start exercising. If they try to run 5 kilometers on the first day, they feel tired, overwhelmed, and maybe disappointed. But if they start with a 5-minute walk every day, their brain says, "This is easy, I can keep going." After a week, 5 minutes becomes 8 minutes, then 10, then 15. Slowly, without pressure, they grow. And with each day, confidence becomes stronger. The same thing happens with English. You don't need to study everything at once. You just need to show up a little every day. The results come naturally when the habit becomes part of your life. Why is consistency more powerful than motivation? Motivation is a feeling, and feelings change. Some days you feel full of energy, and some days you just want to rest. If your success depends on motivation, your progress will always rise and fall. But consistency is different. Consistency is a decision. It means you show up even when you are tired, even when the progress is slow, and even when nobody is watching. Consistency is the honest promise you make to yourself. When you improve 1% every day, consistency becomes simple. You do not need a huge amount of energy, just a little. You listen to English on your walk. You read 1 paragraph before sleeping. You drink 1 more glass of water. These moments are small, but they keep your life moving forward. Motivation is like a spark. Consistency is like a quiet flame that never stops. A small flame can light a whole house if it continues to burn. Small improvements can completely change your life if you continue to show up. How do small habits change your identity? Habits are not only actions, habits are messages you send to yourself. When you take small steps every day, you are telling your mind, "I am the type of person who improves." You stop waiting for luck and start building your future. Every small habit is a vote for the person you want to become. If you read 1 page every day, you become a reader. If you listen to English every morning, you become a language learner. If you walk for 10 minutes every evening, you become someone who takes care of their body. Identity is built through repetition, not through big promises. You don't need to change everything tonight. You just need to act like the person you want to be for a few minutes every day. And slowly, your identity becomes stronger than your excuses. You begin to trust your future because you know you are growing even on slow days. 1% improves your identity, your self-image, and the way you see your life. Why do we often judge ourselves for going slowly? Because we compare. We compare our path with other people's results. We look at someone who speaks English fluently and we think, "I am so far behind." But we forget that everyone starts from zero. Every expert was once a beginner. Everyone had a first step, a first mistake, a first difficult day. Slow progress feels embarrassing for many people. But slow progress is still progress. Going slowly does not mean you are weak. It means you are patient, consistent, and focused on long-term growth. Fast progress is noisy, but slow progress is quiet and deep. When you improve 1% every day, your mind becomes calmer. You start trusting the process instead of rushing the result. You stop judging yourself, and you start respecting your effort. A slow path with discipline always beats a fast path that stops after 1 week. 1% is not about speed. It is about direction, commitment, and quiet strength. What is the danger of perfection? Perfection sounds good, but it is one of the biggest reasons people quit. Perfection says, if you cannot do it perfectly, don't do it at all. But progress says, just do a little today. Perfection makes you feel stressed and scared. Progress makes you feel calm and focused. Many people wait for the perfect time, the perfect plan, the perfect energy. Days pass, weeks pass, and nothing changes. 1% improvement protects you from perfection. It gives you permission to be human. You don't need to be perfect. You just need to try. Even if you make mistakes, you are still moving. Mistakes mean learning. Imperfect action is always better than a perfect plan with no action. Life improves when you stop waiting and start practicing. You will never be ready for everything, but you are always ready for one small step today. How can we stay patient when results are slow? Patience grows when you focus on the process, not the finish line. If you only think about the end result, every day will feel too small. But if you pay attention to your daily improvement, you will feel proud of yourself. 1% improvement helps you see success in the small details. One new word learned, one new sentence written, one extra minute of exercise. These tiny victories build patience because they show you that your effort matters. You can also remind yourself that every great achievement is a result of many small steps. Language fluency, strong health, a better mind. None of these come from a single big action. They come from daily repetition. Patience does not mean waiting without action. Patience means working quietly, trusting that results will come later. When you stay patient, your journey becomes peaceful instead of stressful. And a peaceful mind learns faster, grows healthier, and stays consistent. Why is internal transformation more important than external results? External results are visible. People can see your weight, your skills, your achievements, but internal transformation is invisible. It happens inside your mind. It happens in your discipline, your confidence, your emotional strength, your habits, and your thoughts. External results may come and go, but internal transformation stays with you forever. When you improve 1% every day, you are building strong inner roots. You learn to show up even on difficult days. You learn to be gentle with yourself, but also responsible. You learn that you can trust your own effort. Even if the world does not see the change yet, you know something powerful is happening inside. Results will appear later, but the person you are becoming is more important than the result itself. A strong inner world creates a strong outer life. How do small steps protect us from burnout? Burnout happens when you push too hard, too fast, with too much pressure. You start strong, but you cannot continue. Small improvements protect you from this problem. When the daily task is light, your mind does not feel stressed. You don't need to fight with yourself. You simply choose one positive action today. Because the step is small, your energy stays balanced. You grow slowly, without pain, without pressure. Many people fail because they start big, not because they are weak. They try to change everything in 1 week, but life does not change through force. Life changes through gentle, steady movement. 1% improvement feels soft, but it is powerful. You can continue for months, even years, without burning out. Slow and steady growth feels safe for your mind, and when you feel safe, consistency becomes natural. What happens when small habits become automatic? Something beautiful happens. Growth becomes part of your identity. You don't need to think about it. You don't need motivation. Your mind simply says, "This is what I do." For example, if you listen to English every morning while making breakfast, after 1 month it becomes automatic. You are not forcing yourself. It is just your normal day. These automatic habits save your energy and grow your skills faster than you expect. Automatic habits build strong results because they never stop. Even on a busy day, you can still continue your routine. And day by day, your improvement becomes clear. 1% becomes 5%. 5% becomes 10%. Suddenly, you look back and realize how far you have come. The power is not in one big day. The power is in hundreds of small automatic days. Why is quiet progress sometimes the strongest kind? Quiet progress teaches you self-respect. You are not improving for attention. You are improving because you care about your future. When progress is quiet, you do not need applause. You do not need to show anyone. You grow because it matters to you. Quiet progress is strong because it is honest. There is no pressure to impress. There is only the simple promise to become better than yesterday. Quiet progress also surprises people. One day, someone sees your fluency, your confidence, your habit, and they think, "How did this happen?" They did not see the small steps. They only see the result. Quiet progress is like night work. You build your skills in silence, so your future speaks loudly. 1% every day is not loud, but it is powerful. Quiet growth is unbreakable. How can we begin this 1% journey today? You start with something small, something light, something simple. You don't need to plan your future for the next 10 years. You only need to ask, what is one small thing I can do today to improve myself? Maybe it is reading for 5 minutes. Maybe it is learning 3 new English words. Maybe it is drinking more water. Maybe it is writing 1 short paragraph in English. Choose something so small that you can do it even on a busy or stressful day. When you finish that small action, you feel proud. You realize that change is possible. You realize that you are strong enough, and tomorrow you do it again. 1% every day begins with a gentle first step. You are not racing, you are growing. And growth, even when slow, is beautiful. Why is 1% every day a philosophy of hope? Because it tells you that you are never stuck. You do not need a perfect life, a perfect start, or a perfect plan. You just need today. Even a tiny step forward is still forward. 1% every day protects you from fear, from doubt, from perfection, and from giving up. It reminds you that you are constantly changing, constantly learning, constantly growing. Your journey becomes peaceful, meaningful, and full of purpose. This philosophy respects your humanity. It knows you will have tired days, sad days, busy days. That is okay. You do not stop. You just do a little. And when you do a little every day, your life transforms quietly, deeply, beautifully. So take a breath, believe in slow growth, and remember, a small step today can become a huge transformation tomorrow. 1% is simple, 1% is gentle, and 1% can change everything. And if you enjoyed this episode, don't forget to like and subscribe so you never miss the next lesson. Your support means so much. It keeps this space alive and growing. With love. Thank you for being here. and I can't wait to continue this journey with you.